This is Kenny with Just the Right Angle doing another recording here. I titled this Wrong Headline, or Wrong Headline Regarding Arkansas Primary Elections. Now, for those who don't know, the Republican Party Executive Committee attempted, and I say that, have to say that repeatedly, attempted to overturn the will of the people regarding the Arkansas State Convention on several rule changes. Two of the biggest, which is one, a rule regarding state legislators being able to vote in the state committee. That's going to be important because in December, we have the chance to vote on several other changes and elect a new chair. And so those legislators have the ability in the past to just vote on whoever they're told to vote for. That's how Joseph Wood was elected as chair of the Republican Party of Arkansas. Under the rule changes that were passed, dutifully submitted and passed in a timely manner at the Arkansas State Convention, that rule is now different. Now that rule requires them to basically be elected, not have that position unless they are voted in as national committee man and national committee woman, or I'm sorry, state committee man, state committee woman from various committees. It's important to note that. But this is the other issue that I have, and that is the fact that the other big change that was done regarding the Arkansas Republican Party State Convention was the closing of primary elections. And unfortunately, the two news networks that were allowed to enter the Holy of Holies of the Republican Party of Arkansas meeting regarding the state convention, KRK4 and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, got that issue wrong. Now, here is the headline regarding the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. It's pretty much the standard, and it's all over. I'll share this tab right here. Arkansas Republicans Executive Committee votes to nullify closed primary rule approved at state convention. That should not be the headline. The headline should be makes a statement or tries to, because as it states, and it actually states it in these stories, the executive committee does not have authority over the state convention. Just like if the Little Rock City Council were to meet behind closed doors in a few hours, like earlier today, they met at 6 o'clock today and decided they didn't like Arkansas Learns, and so voted to nullify Arkansas Learns for the whole state. Well, the headline wouldn't be Arkansas Learns is now no longer state law, or Arkansas Learns is nullified, or Arkansas Learns is void. Program has ended. The headline would be City Council attempts to usurp authority over state law, or statement or resolution. And sadly, a lot of people don't bother to read down past the headline, and they end up just assuming that what they're getting is actual information. It's when in fact it's not the truth. As it stands, the law of the land is Arkansas primary elections are closed. You have to be registered as a Republican to vote in the upcoming Republican primary. Here I'm going to show another example of this wrong headline. This is by KRK4 Samantha Boyd. I'm going to play a little bit of this so y'all can hear the story that most people saw on television.
Division in the state Republican Party tonight as leaders repeal some actions taken at the state convention, including closed primaries.
It's been a big talking point since it happened more than a month ago. Samantha Boyd has been following from the start. There was already some clear division in the party over that move.
That's right. Sam joining us now live outside the Republican Party of Arkansas. Sam, kind of break down what this means and how they're actually repealing an action that their own party took.
Bob, definitely two good questions. According to this vote, it means that closed primaries, at least right now anyway, won't be the law of the land for Republicans in the state. And the party is saying the reason for that is because that action item was not on the agenda ahead of time before the convention, among other action items. Delegates who voted on that overwhelmingly stood outside the headquarters today protesting, saying they feel like this is a case of the big dogs of the Republican Party fighting back on the rest of the people. So they've already talked.
The arrogance of these people to literally look these people in the face and flip them off. All the people that went to that convention that voted on this overwhelming.
A clash in members of the Republican Party of Arkansas playing out outside the headquarters on Thursday over a vote being done inside by the executive committee that resulted in overriding some of the delegates' actions at the convention. Most importantly, their decision to close primaries.
They're trying to exclude the people's voice in Arkansas,
I'll go ahead and play this
who
whole thing.
legally met, as we were supposed to do, made decisions to make this a better country.
According to the state party rules, quote, the final authority in all party matters rests in the Republican State Convention, which is made up of delegates. But chairman of the party, Joseph Woods, says following a complaint filed by a delegate, they received an advisory opinion on whether the party can adopt certain changes to party rules based on the convention rules to put items on the agenda ahead of time and notify the delegates.
Closed primary was not on there. They started adding the things that they wanted. Those things were null and void because they were not approved by and coming out of the state committee.
Convention chairwoman Jennifer Lancaster was inside for the executive meeting and the vote. She says it was an 18-5 decision, with her being one of the few to oppose it and push back on the legality of their power to even do this.
What they said has no bearing in there whatsoever.
We were supposed to adopt the rules committees, and they did not. They had two votes to change that, and they didn't. They had to add an agenda, makes it more flexible. That was not approved, and they went ahead and did it anyway.
We have had enough.
Dassault Falcon Jet. It's been a
So anyway, that's the story from KRK4. As I said before, the main issue with the good part of the headline is Samantha Boyd did talk to both sides regarding this issue. The bad news is the fact that is the opening headline. Here it says repeals delegates approval of closed primaries among other actions. No, Samantha, they weren't repealed. They're not voided because that group has no authority. It's Jennifer Lancaster didn't push back against the authority. There is no authority. It says in the Article 7 of the RPA rules where the complaint was allegedly filed under, state conventions aren't there. It also says in Article 1, Section 1, Item B, that the state convention is the final authority regarding these matters. Again, it would be like the city of Little Rock or any other city trying to overturn the state law like Arkansas learns. Or heck, if one of these cities decided, hey, let's get rid of the Arkansas income tax. I would really like to see that happen. I don't think we need an income tax, but as much as I would be supportive of it, I'd have to say that's a great statement, but the Arkansas income tax is still there. Nobody would be putting headlines saying you no longer have to file because the Arkansas income tax has been eliminated. That wouldn't be, that would be incorrect information. And so, folks, some people may be wondering what I've been talking about regarding these two getting access, or why is this KRK4 and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette were the ones that were more or less given first notice and the ability to put up this incorrect headline. I'm going to play you the exact reason why. This is after the meeting. You probably will not see this on TV.
Wow.
So there they are. There's Samantha Boyd, and behind her is Michael Wickline of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. If you follow me, you've seen this, but I'll show it again. This is a shorter version of what happened.
Resume. What I got out of it was that they didn't get very far.
This is after the executive meeting. They went up to the door, and so I decided to be up the door. Several people had exited the back door.
Mr. Chairman?
Can I come in? Okay.
No, thank you, boss.
We the people.
Sir? No.
Our board
you.
matters.
No,
Just really? Oh, really, Joseph? Come on, man.
Howard.
Wow. So that just happened. Joseph Wood let the TV reporters in, but
And the
not
Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette then.
but not South Arkansas Reckon.
But not South Arkansas Reckoning and not me, even though I'm a delegate.
Wow.
So there it is. That's what happened regarding that. And look, I don't. Oops. Whoa. I'm sorry. Apparently, there is a rally going on in Atlanta that Rumble just automatically flipped to. But anyway, yeah, apparently Trump is live and they're doing rallies all over the nation. But anyway, look, I know the reporters are just doing their job. They were told, "Hey, come here to the door. I'm giving a press conference." If the chair of a state chair of a party were doing that, and I was a reporter, I'd be doing the same thing. But I just really I would like Michael Willine and Samantha Boyd to just correct the headline. Just state that the efforts by the executive committee to change the Arkansas State Convention are not legal. That's really it. Just correct your headlines. Well, folks, if you're watching me, you feel free to share this with others. As you can see, you'll see something on TV and then a paper, but I go the extra mile to find out a little more details about what's actually going on. And this kind of stuff really matters. What's legal, what isn't. Republican Party of Arkansas is more than 3/4 of the Arkansas legislature. They're in every constitutional office. Of course, our governor is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Most people know that. And laws are going to be written. They're going to be written by that body. Everything from self-deportation laws, so we don't end up with another Laken Riley or another incident where a state trooper is attacked by an illegal, like what happened earlier. Your Arkansas state trooper was attacked by a guy named Zapatero, who should not have been in this country. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders was great to point out how Kamala Harris and Biden have left the borders wide open so that kind of criminal activity can happen. But again, states can do a lot regarding illegal immigration, but we can't do it if we have what we call rhinos in the Republican Party sabotaging conservative efforts. Same thing with getting rid of the income tax. The proper way to get rid of the income tax is to do it through the state legislature. But again, if we try to do that, Chris Caldwell and Randy Zook and all these other behind-the-scenes folks will try and sabotage it. Same thing with defunding of things like AETN and some of these other organizations that have kept Arkansas, down for decades. But folks, that's just my little comments regarding that issue. Find me at Rumble Just the Right Angle, where I try to give updates on regular events. And YouTube Keep Arkansas Legal, where I have, where I also give, where basically broadcast the same thing. And then Podbean, Just the Right Angle. I'll help load this as audio that you can listen to on your own at a later time. Other than that, you all have a great day and try to find a way to get involved.